Welcome, Governor Livingston. You are in the zone. Brought to you by GL Sports Zone and GLHS TV. We're your hosts, Ryan Tarabokia, Charles Gilpin, and Jonathan Schmidt. Today, we're going to stay on the path of winter sports, you know. We're going to go off the rails, as we always do, talk about professional sports. But we're going to start today. We got one of the biggest GL sports, ice hockey. State champions last year, Group C, state champs, Publix. Awesome team last year. Everyone and their mother was at the championship game. It was electric, and I mean, it's going to be a great season. Some losses, Seb Gratson, Alec Nasserdean, Matt Dorada, and Shane Cook, the Vortex, as I coined the term. You know, and they lose their head coach. I mean, it's going to be a good season, but Chuck, why don't you tell me what you're thinking? You know, a little overview, whatever you got planned up right now. What do you got in the kitchen cooking up?
Yeah, so I think GL's going to have another strong season. They have Scott Kappen coming in to replace him. He plays AAA for the Titans, a really strong hockey club team. Mm-hmm. And he definitely plays at a high level and is looking to replace Shane Cook, who's considered irreplaceable. I also think that couple players coming in, couple players leaving. Alec Nasserdean, you know, he's going to private school, boarding school, Canada or something. And we have Brady Silverman coming back. I know last year, sophomore year, he was away playing at a different school, but this year coming back, he led this team in goals his freshman year, so he's definitely a strong player. He only had, 12 less points than Kramer, and Kramer was in his sophomore year. So he's definitely a really good player and a really good goal scorer. So Kramer was kind of more of an assist player last year. Like, he could score the goals.
I mean, obviously not the team, but you know, he
just does
he can distribute the wealth.
Yeah, he could distribute the puck very well, and those two working well together, I think that's easily another state chip run. We have some other players coming in. Like, I think Matt Wallen's going to take a bigger role this year.
Of course. Eddie Dubs.
Well, BC's going to take a bigger role this year. I think everyone's going to step up. You know, we lost a lot of defense with Sebastian Gratson. A lot of those big players
popping open
leaving.
The door to the
arena. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a good year.
You don't talk trash to Seb. That was one thing I think lacrosse hockey. Yeah. You don't get in his face.
Definitely don't want to.
He's not going to back down. Kid. So we're going to do our regular segment, the MVP. We're going to add a little spice into this because our MVP is pretty clear around the table, and we're also going to talk about one thing they need to do to repeat. You know, I'll just say the MVP. Pretty much, it's straightforward. I mean, you could make the argument for Brady Silverman, obviously a great player, as you said, from his freshman year, but it's Brian Kramer.
Creamy cookie.
Come on, 100-point club guy. He has 128 now. Easily will break the 128-point mark. I mean, he has over 10 game winners in his career. He's got that clutch gene in him, you know, that dog in him, as some would say. He knows what he's doing. He's been here before. He's a leader, vocally, on the ice, and I mean, he's electric. Come on. There's not much way around it. But I mean, one thing I think GL needs to do to repeat, it's going to be a lot on Scott Kappen to step up. I mean, Shane Cook was, especially down the stretch.
Brick wall.
He was awesome all year, but down the stretch, he turned it on. It was impossible to score on. Obviously, the defense was great. That's a large chunk of it, but Shane Cook was not letting anything by him. And
he came up big time sometimes.
If he can step up and play even a portion of what Shane Cook was able to do, the repeat is looking very favorable. And I mean, also, you know, the new head coach this year, I forget his name, it's slipping my mind, but he's going to have to make sure the chemistry stays well. Jonathan will touch upon that later. But, I mean, listen, we're all going to sit here and say Brian Kramer. But, you know, it's still a great team. The chemistry is awesome. It's a well-ran ship. Everyone loves playing with each other on the ice, and it's really such a talented team. And, I mean, we saw it last year. Morris Knowles was an awesome team, and they handled the job. I mean, Chuck, what do you have to say about Brian?
I think Brian I remember playing street hockey with him.
You taught him a couple of things.
All through elementary school, you know. Probably the best kid, probably easily the best kid there. But, you know.
Maybe behind you.
No, I was not good at street hockey. I played. That was the thing. He's a big leader.
Of course.
he's kind of one of those guys that, you look at him, you might be like, no, that kid's probably an assistant captain. He looks like an assistant captain, but but he really filled out that captain role, led that team to that state championship, and he's senior year. I remember all years of him playing hockey. He's been a vital role for the team, and he just keeps getting better. I hope to see him this year do good.
I remember when we were 13. This is a rant. When we were in middle school, when we were 13, Kramer was playing on like the 15, 16-year-old team. He was playing like 3 years up. He's, like you said, ever since back in the day.
He was playing when he was a Pee Wee, a Bantam. So
I know. He's just a stud.
Yeah, I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah.
it's Pee Wee, Bantam, like junior.
I mean, I think there's not much more to say. We all know
Yeah.
Brian's Brian.
Broken record.
He's got that dog in him. And he's been, like, who else, like, he's been our favorite player to watch for the last 4 years for GL hockey. Like, the kid just amazes us game in, game out. Like,
He does some crazy stuff.
It's crazy stuff. His puck handling, just weaving through defenders, kicking it up a gear, taking on a defender and just blowing by him for a breakaway or something. He just does something that amazes us, like, every game. And I'm just so excited to see what he does for his senior year.
Definitely. Now, we're going to do some breakouts. Jonathan, I know you got a good pick here. I was considering him for my pick, but, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, I had to go with Anthony Labisi for my breakout player. We saw a couple of flashes of greatness last year, some couple highlights. I think he had 11 goals last year, so hopefully this year he can take it to the next level and increase that goal amount and maybe get a couple more assists and be a key contributor to the GL's offense.
Definitely. Chuck, what do you got for us?
Breakout player, Brady Silverman.
Straightforward.
He gets a pretty easy pick. I guess
Is
he's
it even a breakout at
he's
this point?
technically a breakout
I was
he
reading it.
didn't come last year. Come to GL last year.
Messing with the rules here, playing on the line.
Well, it's technically, if you're in the rules, you're in the rules. So.
Very true.
Yeah,
lines
he
for a reason.
can score. We all know that. He can move the puck really well. So I think Kramer and Brady are going to feed off each other and win a lot of games that we aren't supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, my pick pretty much builds off of that. Mine's Daltrey Ferrigno. I mean, from what I heard from an anonymous inside source on the team,
Matt Wallen.
maybe,
Not anonymous anymore.
yeah, is that he's going to be on the same line with Kramer and Silverman, and he should have a lot of opportunity because Kramer specifically and Silverman, Kramer knows how to get the ball around and get the ball.
Oh, home kid.
Sorry, get the puck around. He knows how to find Alaska, as some would say, and
I think we already found Alaska.
no, find the big space that's open.
Yeah, I found it. So,
You
let's
discovered
look
it.
at a map. You see where it says Alaska.
Ah, good idea. Well, and I think also Ferrigno is going to benefit from what I like to call the gravity effect. Gravity isn't an effect, but this is the gravity effect. And it's going to be, the defense is going to be like, oh my God, it's Brian Kramer. Go get him. And then Ferrigno is going to be standing there like, and then all Kramer has to do is boom, to either Silverman or Ferrigno. I think they're also going to have to play Silverman quite tightly. So Ferrigno's going to have some good chances. He could get a good amount of goals this year. I think
It was like the Rada 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That
he's-
line. Yeah.
it's
same
gonna
thing.
be fun, and I think it should be some great stuff from this team. We're all excited. I mean, honestly, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Last year was clear success, clear talent. It was just, come on, this is just
Man, I just want to go back to the Prudential Center.
this is just dessert. Last year was the entree, extra stuff.
That was the appetizer. This could be the entree.
Oh, you think this will be the entree? Okay, I like that.
This feels like a steak. Like
Last
last
year-
year,
Hockey
last
should
year
have
was
like a
kinda like
tournament
wings.
championship.
They're changing it this year, actually. They're going to the power points to align the playoffs, which a power point system is very confusing in and of itself. But, it'll be good.
Good for us because we're a small group.
I know.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting. Now, moving on from hockey, I mean, predictions.
Am I gonna do my key?
Yeah, our key.
Oh,
our
you're
key.
supposed to bring it up for MVP.
Oh,
okay.
our key.
No, it's okay. It's
Slipping
okay.
up there. Sorry.
Okay,
Take my foot
so
off the gas.
my key for this year is for the defense to stay disciplined. The only reason they won that game at the Prudential Center was because they stuck on their half of the ice and they didn't go after those loose pucks.
No
But
icing.
at the end, Alec Nasruddin get that second goal for them. when his dad was actually mad about it. I read the article. He was like yelling to stop, to not go, and he just still went, scored the goal, open net. But the defense was really disciplined, and that's the only reason that I think they won last year. Because if they were just going up and down the ice the whole time, I think they would have tied that game. It would have been a different outcome. But we're not taking it away from Shane Cook.
Of course, they played a lot of clean defensive games. There wasn't a lot of
clean defensive games.
Well, clean as in the sense that they were avoiding, getting bad calls, and guys weren't in the box too often. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's another big thing, staying out of the penalty box.
Yeah, other than maybe sad.
What are you gonna do? It's hockey.
You always got that.
Trial by fire.
You always got that one goon who just takes out kids.
The enforcer, the Bill Lambiers of the world.
All right, so
what do you got for us,
my
Schmidt?
one key thing to repeat this year would be the team chemistry. You could just tell, just being around school and after school, that the guys got along really well and they were really close, and that made them gel on the ice a lot better. And I think it was a big contributor to their success, and because they were able to pick each other up when needed. So the big thing this year is see how these new guys fill the roles of the guys who left, and see how the new guys gel with the returners, and see if the chemistry stays the same, because I think chemistry is a big thing for a championship team.
100%. This is going to be a great team. I think we all know that they can repeat. It's an awesome team. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We will be on the call. You already know. Chuck.
I'll be in the student section.
Yeah, Chuck, LaGuardia, and I will be on the call. It'll be some fun stuff.
I can't wait to bring my American flag to the Union games and just wave it over the.
It'll be fun.
Drop it and get a lawsuit.
All right, so now moving on. Unless any objections.
No, I'm good.
All right. Quickly, I'm just going to go over some stuff in the sports world outside of the great old Governor Livingston sports world. Currently, the Qatari World Cup is occurring. Some great stuff. Who doesn't love the World Cup? All the countries coming together. It's honestly some great stuff. Everyone rooting for their country. Everyone, we all want USA to win, obviously. They played yesterday, tied Wales. Not great. They let up that late goal, but it is what it is. Then
Off a PK.
yeah,
Oh, was it PK? I didn't even see. I had trials.
I'll be rooting for Croatia tomorrow, getting up at 5 a.m.
Are you actually?
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll be
man.
dedication. They made it all the way 2018, and then they lost to France.
France plays at 2, I think, today.
Yeah, I'm pretty.
They
Let's
play
see.
Australia.
Yes. Yep. But yeah, it's everyone loves the World Cup. Even if you don't like soccer, you're wearing the red, white, and blue, whatever colors you're supporting, and you just gotta love it. Here's all the games that have occurred. Group A, first 2 games: Senegal, Netherlands. Netherlands won. Qatar and Ecuador. Ecuador won, and then England dominated Iran 6-2, and then USA, as we said, tied Wales on that tough late goal. And today, Argentina was upset in dramatic fashion to Saudi Arabia, and it was wow.
Matches are fixed. There's already been allegations of that.
No shot. They would have fixed it in Messi's way for the GOAT talk.
Who doesn't want to see Messi go all the way?
I don't.
I think it'll be.
Ronaldo's
If Saudi
good.
Arabia goes all the way, I'm saying it's fixed.
Yeah.
Or Qatar just beats a team 10-0.
Qatar already lost.
Dude, Qatar already lost to
They haven't
Ecuador.
done the
They're
game,
not going anywhere.
But it is what it is. And then Tunisia. I think I'm saying it right. There we go.
Tunisia, yeah.
Ties. I thought it was Tunisia. Ties Denmark. Both teams awesome. I was watching it. Definitely not during school. I was watching it too.
What time was it at yesterday?
Both teams awesome defensively. Tunisia's offense was so flat. It was like they couldn't possess the ball. Denmark possessed the ball and couldn't score, and it was just great. Mexico, Poland will play later today, in about 50 minutes, and then France and Australia, as we said. Root for your country, have some fun. It's just watch the games Friday.
Friday, USA, England.
USA,
I'm
England.
so pumped up for that.
USA.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
1776 repeat, baby.
Oh, yeah. We're 1-0 right now.
We're not going to war with England.
No, but we weren't supposed to win. No,
Yeah.
we're not supposed to
We're
win.
the
We're definitely not supposed to
definitely
win.
not supposed to
Well,
win this
hopefully,
one.
it would be better, if we did what we did in 1776. We got the French too.
Oh, yeah, I'd definitely take a couple French players. Mbappe.
Yeah.
The guy with the ponytail. What's his name?
No clue.
He's so good.
Ponytail.
You know who I'm talking about, right? He has a mustache, ponytail.
That's like 99%
Yeah.
of the French.
Yeah.
Tall.
Oh. There we go.
Uh,
Moving on. We're dropping that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the World Cup, everyone loves it.
Best French players.
While Chuck looks that up, I'm going to do some quick fire NFL scores because,
Oh, maybe he's not from France.
NFL.
Oh, Ibrahimovic. That's what you're
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
you're thinking about
He's from
Ibrahimovic.
Sweden.
Yeah.
I don't think I am.
You definitely think. Look up Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Ibra. It's with an I. It's this guy right here, Zlatan.
That is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
I could have sworn he's from France.
Okay. NFL scores. I'm going to be quick. I'm going to go over the big games. So if you are a Panthers fan, I will not be talking about you, pretty much. No offense. First, Thursday Night Football, Titans defeat the Packers. Titans defense is strong. Packers run game is absolutely horrendous. Got nothing going. 12 carries, 40 yards for Aaron Jones. Horrible. Then Eagles barely slipped by the Jeff Saturday Colts in just not a great game.
Eagles were not flying.
They were not, but I still think the Eagles are legit.
They are legit.
I am.
You always have one
too
bad
talented.
game. You have one bad game once in a while.
Jets
Two bad games.
Jets and the Pats play one of the most boring games I've ever saw, and they lost on a punt return touchdown, which I did actually think was going to happen because the
Jets.
If the Pats are going to beat the Jets, it's going to be in like the most Jets fashion. You know, that's just how
They
it is.
missed all the penalties.
Yeah, no, it was just a terrible game. Zach Wilson may get benched this week, is
I
that
hope
the
he
rumor?
does.
Mike White season, baby. He's
What about
got that.
Flacco?
Flacco
No,
was bumped down to third QB.
Mike
It's
White.
been like that all season.
Yeah, Mike White season, baby. He's
No,
got
I'd
that.
rather have Flacco in.
Yeah, I think you need that
Mike
veteran.
White's the gamble pick. You know, you got to take the risk sometimes. Then Rams season is pretty much coming to a close at this point. Lost a touchdown to the Saints, who are not a good offense, really. Good defense. Not a
Andy
good
Dalton.
offense. Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, not what you need a QB at this point.
Who's leading that division right now? Bucs?
Falcons.
Falcons.
currently. You know what, Panthers? I'll show you some love. You lost. And also a boring game. I mean, the Ravens, like their whole team is injured. Lamar's playing hurt, and they still won. Then the real frauds of the NFL, the New York Giants,
Whoa.
lose.
I think it's the Vikings, bro.
No,
Only putting
dude,
up
the
3
Cowboys are
points.
good. The Lions are not.
Yeah, how'd they lose by 37? And they were like,
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm not saying that. Well, we know. I think we know that the Vikings have a talented team, but Kirk Cousins is only Kirk Cochains at 1 p.m. That doesn't extend to 8 o'clock, and it definitely not 4 o'clock. No primetime games. They play tomorrow. Nope. Today's Tuesday. Play on Thursday. Who do they play?
The Lions.
Lions.
They're going to lose that game.
They're probably going to lose because
Yeah. The Lions
Thanksgiving game, way too much pressure for
Lions
Kirk
are on a
Cousins.
3-0 run.
Yeah, Dan Campbell's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I thought, he was definitely questionable, not doing great calling games. Now he's calling them well, and the players love him.
Yeah, the last podcast you were ripping on them.
I mean, it was pretty.
The Lions?
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't very high on them. They're not crazy talented. They've got a great O-line, great running backs. Amon-Ra St. Brown is good. No really other great receivers. Jamison Williams.
DJ Shark.
Yeah, and
Once Jamison Williams comes
it's
back,
a good receiving core,
they
but
need, once they get a quarterback,
Jared Goff is a whole lot of mid.
he's
Their
terrible.
defense is not great. Aiden Hutchinson, though, is
Hutchinson is
a freak.
dude. He's actually a
Mutant.
freak.
He's a stud. Dan Campbell, I really was super, on the fence about. Looks great. Then the Broncos lose. The Broncos are straight up buns. It's so bad.
Devontae
oh my
Adams.
God. I think Pat Surtain is the number 2 cornerback in the NFL. I think you could maybe give it to Darius Slay at this
Big
point.
play Slay.
Big play Slay. Surtain got cooked.
That was
Devontae Adams had. Did you see the clip? Like the most gentleman trash
trash
talk.
talk. Yeah, that's what I was saying to you in stat before the.
He was like, he's not there yet.
He
Like,
ain't there yet.
He's like, he's amazing, but he's not going to guard Devontae Adams. The Raiders are a dumpster fire of a team, and then the Broncos.
Let's ride.
Let Russ cook. What is he cooking? Beans out of a can?
Ramen.
It's bad. It's really
Instant
bad.
ramen.
Imagine
Nathaniel
giving,
Hackett has to
He'd
be
probably
fired.
burn instant ramen.
how many picks did they give up for us
A first, which is
this
gonna be
year's?
yeah, it's gonna be a good first.
Dude, it's gonna be a good pick.
The Seahawks are on a great trajectory. They're probably going to franchise tag Geno Smith. Kenneth Walker has. I was looking at the stats. He has the fastest top speed in the whole
Yeah,
NFL.
like 23 miles per hour.
22.5 miles an hour. Fast. They have Tariq Woolen. They have like 2 firsts this year. I think they're on a great trajectory. Cowboys. DK. Tyler Lockett. Cowboys utterly dominate the Vikings. Justin Jefferson. I saw a couple missing reports. Nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
Viking Pat Pete has completely. I thought he had completely revived his career.
Did CD go off?
No, but
No.
he didn't. Pat Pete. I mean, if you letting the team drop 40, but Trayvon Diggs has completely changed his game. Went from a ball hawk to a man corner. Absolutely locked up Jay Jettis. I mean, some good stuff. Bengals beat the Steelers. I have to say it. I will say, at this point, I don't care that the Steelers lose. Kenny Pickett played awesome. That's all I care about. Moving on.
Kenny Pickett will be out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he looked great, dude. He really did. I'm pretty harsh.
Every
probably
broken
like
clock is still right twice a day.
It's
Very
probably
true.
like some junkyard time.
No, they kept it close all game. His
I
first
think
half was good.
maybe Kenny Pickett more XFL type.
Where's Zach Wilson? Canada?
No, XFL. Oh yeah, you guys Steelers blame everything on Canada.
Because he's horrible. He cannot call a game. He's been doing better the past 2 weeks, but earlier in the season, it's like he was using our quarterback like it was still a 47-year-old Big Ben. It was so bad. Najee has fixed his game, thankfully, but, moving on. Steelers won't be good, I understand that.
Probably another 30 years.
Chiefs slide by the Chargers. Travis Kelce is him.
He's just
He's all right.
gross.
Best tight end of all
Kadarius
time.
Toney hurt again.
Best tight end of all
Of
time.
course.
Travis Kelce.
No.
I said it. No
Rob
one's been more
Gronkowski.
dominant. Okay, at his peak, Gronk was
Gronk.
better. At his peak, Gronk was
Yeah,
better.
but-
I agree.
but-
But over a full course of your career, like when you think
Kelce.
of the GOAT,
I think I'm Gronk.
Tony Gonzalez too.
Travis Kelce's better than Tony G.
I'm not saying he's better than
Oh, no, but he's up
Kelce.
there.
Yeah, he's
It's
up there.
probably Antonio Gates, Tony G.
Kittle's close.
No, dude.
He's too much of a blocker. He won't ever get the receiving stats, although I think he's amazing. He's also been hurt a lot.
He's a freak athlete.
He is. No, he's awesome. He scored 2 touchdowns last night. They finally are using
Oh, he
him.
did?
Yeah, Niners dominated the Cardinals. Granted,
Yeah.
Dude, I
Cardinals,
didn't even. What did DeAndre Hopkins do? I didn't even check my
he had
fantasy.
18 fantasy points.
All right, good. I think I won.
D-Hop. I watched it. It was the most
Colt
awful
McCoy.
call ever.
Yeah, oh my God, when he pointed at him.
Yeah, he just went like this. 15-yard penalty for taunting. And then they
So
just
bad.
gave up the ball.
NFL's so soft now.
Yeah, the 49ers, though, look great. I mean, that offense is loaded other than Jimmy G.
And their defense is gross.
Jimmy G's good.
He's okay.
He got him there already. Like,
Yeah, and then
definitely
he
could do it
sold
again.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's a game manager, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having a game manager.
I think they should just stick with him instead of Lance.
No, Lance has so much upside. Lance has so much upside.
I don't think, bro. It's like Carson Wentz. You don't draft
Cut
a
your
quarterback.
losses before you say something too awful.
No, I think
You
I
don't
think
draft a quarterback from North Dakota State. They don't even play
That's
real.
so. I think
they don't
talent.
Even,
Talent is
North
talent.
Dakota State?
Yeah.
There's a North Dakota State?
Yeah.
He didn't throw an interception his whole.
Yeah, because he's
college.
playing against scrubs. He's not even playing real Division I
That's
football.
true. That's true. But I will say, I still think he's very talented.
You know, they probably definitely play some good teams.
They do.
North Dakota
No,
State.
but I think
Put him
he's,
against Bama in the
I don't
SEC.
think-
He ain't doing
I don't think his
anything.
talent though is that bad.
All right, I don't know any of the teams are playing. They play
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Go to 2020. I no, but I'm not saying Trey
Oh, they
Lance.
play Nebraska.
Trey Lance.
Dude,
the
Nebraska's
cards aren't
like
out.
borderline poverty.
The cards aren't
football.
out on Trey Lance is my point. I'm
Utah
not a fan
State.
of Jimmy G. His arm is not great. He's a game manager, and there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being a game manager when you have as much talent as the Niners have. But they might not break that next level and win a Super Bowl because of him. That would be when you look at the roster. What are you going to blame? Corey Bjork as their punter? No, you're going to blame Jimmy G. It is what it is, and I do think Trey Lance has a lot of talent.
Okay, so
He's got a good arm. He can run well. Injuries, though, are not a good sign this early in his career. Kind of a freak accent, but that's your news around the NFL. Thanksgiving football, everyone's favorite. The Cowboys are going to beat the Giants.
Whoa.
The Bills are going to beat the Lions, and the Pats are going to beat the Vikings. Those are my predictions. I don't know if you've got anything different to say other than him maybe being a biased Giants fan.
No, they're definitely gonna get killed this week.
Bills, Lions.
No, Dory Jackson.
The Bills are, they're the Bills, and Josh Allen's a stud on Thanksgiving. And then the Pats, Vikings, we already said it. 8 p.m. on Thursday
No,
night.
but they're playing the Pats.
It's Kirk Cousins at 8 o'clock. He's like, I think he's like 0-9-1 on primetime games. He's literally never won. I think he's good, but he can't do it. And especially with Bill Belichick scheming against him, Matthew Judon's gonna have like 3 sacks.
We'll see.
It should be interesting. I mean, you guys got anything? What are we thinking this week for football? Huh? You got anything?
Nope.
NFL.
That Giants game was just very depressing. My outlook on the NFL has changed.
What do we think about Daniel Jones? I mean, we know Zach Wilson is bad.
He's not bad.
When they Dan
Not bad.
who?
Zach Wilson.
Give him
He had
time.
not.
Give
He
him
had
time.
9. He was 9 for 22
Just give him-
with 77 yards.
Just give him time.
Dude,
You got to admit, there's a little bit of that Jets hope there.
No, I think that he has a lot of upside.
I never thought he was good.
I never.
Once
was a
again,
fan
it's
of him.
like Trey
Out of
Lance.
college.
You're drafting him from BYU.
But I don't think. Listen, I think you can be good if you come from a small college. But listen, Zach Wilson was only good his senior year. That BYU team was absolutely stacked, especially with.
BYU is a legit football team.
But they don't play good teams. They,
don't play good
lost to
teams.
Coastal Carolina.
yeah.
But they play in Arkansas.
They did.
Arkansas
I don't
was
think they did.
like bottom
Zach Wilson
tier
had
of
like,
the
Stanford,
SEC.
they
Zach
play
Wilson had
Stanford.
like 2 wide receivers who made it to the draft. When do BYU receivers ever make it to the draft?
Last round every year.
Yeah, no, but he had a 4th or 5th rounder. I mean, listen,
Wait, is that his best friend?
Yeah. Moving on.
They play some good teams.
I just don't think Zach Wilson is good. He can throw the ball far, but his issue is when he runs play actions and gets outside the pocket. He can make guys miss, and then he has no clue what he's doing with the ball. His ability to read the field isn't great, but I mean, in that game, Mac Jones is also horrible.
Yeah.
Worse than Zach Wilson.
I mean,
So bad. No arm talent. No arm talent.
they
But
thought they got a second coming of Brady once they saw that locker room.
people
picture.
think, a guy who can stand in the pocket a while and throw it is going to be Tom Brady. It is not. Tom Brady had a cannon in his prime. You don't score 50 touchdowns for being a game manager, which is what Mac Jones at best will be.
I mean, Brady also had like Randy Moss.
Oh no, yeah, but he also had a cannon.
Yeah, he had I'm not taking away from Brady, but
most clutch player
I don't
ever.
even. Who are the Patriots wide receivers even right now?
Oh, it's atrocious.
Like
Devontae
Jacoby-
Parker,
my
Jacoby Myers, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith.
Dude, didn't Johnny Smith get like a fat check?
He got a decent check because he scored a bunch of. He was on my fantasy team.
Yeah,
that
he
year.
was on my fantasy
He scored a
team.
bunch of touchdowns for like horrible reasons. I mean, it was not great. How do we? We didn't talk about this last week. How do we feel about the Jeff Saturday hire? What's our opinions there?
The Colts are still terrible.
I really thought it was bad. I mean, I like Jeff Saturday. I think he's a great guy. You can't be mad at him. But Jim Irsay just let him cut the line. Come on. I thought
There's got to be somebody better out there.
I know. One guy at least on their staff. It
The
was
dude didn't win a game in high school football.
no, he was 3-7.
3-7.
3-10.
Who?
Jeff
Jeff
Saturday. the
Saturday.
Colts
He
head
coached
coach.
his son's high school team. It was 3-10.
We got an NFL.
And he got an NFL job.
And he won a game. That's how bad the Raiders are.
That is true. The Raiders are terrible.
Oh my God.
I don't get how the Raiders are terrible.
Yeah, but the thing
They
is,
have
The coach.
it's way easier, in theory, to get a better team in
the
NFL,
NFL.
than high school.
Which makes sense.
High school, you're only working
given
with the
who
kids that
lives
come
there.
up. Yeah,
Most definitely, but regardless,
unless you're a private school, you can recruit a little bit.
yeah. But I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure the state tournament championships for football are this weekend or the next
yeah, the
weekend.
first round was this past weekend for the group tournament.
Are they playing at MetLife or Rutgers? Because I saw
Rutgers.
Rutgers.
I think it's Bergen Catholic Bosco
Yeah, that's.
for the big one.
Yeah, for the private group. I mean, listen, it's what it is. I mean, Jeff Saturday obviously won a game, but the Raiders are Josh McDaniels. He's one of those Belichick guys that just relies on.
You know who's a Belichick guy?
Brian Daboll,
Yeah.
who's great, except he's coaching such a not talented roster. Now the Wandell Robinson, who's actually
Dude.
pretty good, tore his ACL. Not good news. for
Dory
Giants
Jackson
fans.
on the punt return. Now he's out 4 to 6 weeks
Yeah.
too. Who's good?
You can't put your number one corner on a punt return.
Yeah.
That's-
Even if he was the best collegiate
yeah, you
returner
can't.
in history,
You can't.
like,
you really can't. Dory Jackson has been straight up locks this year. One of the probably top 15, top 17 corners this year. That's a wide range because I have to really think that through.
I think he's top 10 probably.
No,
If you look who they went up against.
No, yeah, they went against horrible teams.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I wouldn't give him that top 10 spot, because there are a lot of good corners.
All right, let's go through. We did running backs last week.
Okay. I can't, there's not really any good stats.
All right, so Slay.
Okay, Slay, Surtain,
Yeah.
Woolen, in no order. We're not going to do it in
Yeah,
order.
no order.
Wait, I'm just going to look at interceptions, although interceptions are not indicative of how good a corner is.
Like Trayvon Diggs last year.
Yeah, he's much better. Trayvon Diggs is on that list.
Yeah.
Sauce Gardner,
Yeah.
Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander. Actually, I don't know if I'd put
Bradbury.
Fringe. He's one of the fringe
Yeah.
guys. Along with
Marlon Humphrey, maybe. Peterson.
Pat Pete, not quite. Another fringe guy. He's just like.
All right, so Adoree Jackson's is around that.
He's a fringe guy.
He's a fringe top 10 guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the list here. I'm trying to.
I would say.
Chidobe Awuzie has been awesome.
I think he's another fringe guy, though.
Yeah, it's his first. He's been doing really good the past couple.
Minka's
a safety. Best safety in the league. Just saying. Who's the guy in the Niners? Charvarius Ward. No, I think he's like 9-10.
Yeah, so yeah, they're all it's all interchangeable.
There's like that solidified top 7.
Yeah.
And then you got your fringe guys who you really, the order is pretty indicative on how you want to judge a corner. If they want to be a man corner, like Jair Alexander. Jalen Ramsey has to be in that top 7.
He's been getting cooked though.
No, he only got cooked against Diggs. Ever since that, he's been straight up like you haven't heard his name been called. I mean,
Stephon Gilmore fell off. That's another guy.
it's
What is he
it's
on
tough.
the Colts now?
Yeah,
but he got destroyed.
he was having an uphill battle with age. He was actually very good last year on the Panthers, but he was hurt the year before, and a lot of last year. It's tough. He's going on 33-34 as a corner, and when you have to keep up with guys who run 4.3, 4.4 40s, it gets tough, especially when, like Stephon Gilmore, you are a man corner. It's tough. It really is.
Dude, just think the Panthers after signing Gilmore, like they were like, are we a playoff team? But they didn't have a quarterback, and now like their whole team imploded. That's actually kind of crazy to think about in like a year.
Their defense is good though. I think they actually have a pretty legit defense.
Yeah, Burns, Jeremy Chin,
Derek Brown. J.C. Horn has been
Horn.
awesome. Another guy.
Yeah.
He's a little off more because it's still his first year.
Yeah, he didn't have that great of a rookie year.
He broke his ankle week 1. No, it's a good defense. I mean, listen, the Ravens are playing incredibly hurt, and they don't look great right now. And they held them to 13 points. That offense is just. P.J. Walker wasn't playing bad. I don't think P.J. Walker is very good, but
he's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He plays good when
you don't need him to.
You don't need him
when you
to
just throw him in
protect
there.
it.
Baker Mayfield is so bad. Like
that, he may be worse than Jamarcus Russell.
No, I'll say no because he had a good year. His
True.
rookie year, he was pretty good. His sophomore year, he was bad. And then his third year, he was really okay. He was pretty good. Like, the stats look good, but best O-line in the league, awesome receivers, awesome running backs, awesome defense, and they only won 11 games, mostly because of him. Like, awesome game manager.
You know what's kind of crazy?
And then he hurt his shoulder and played through it.
When that draft was happening, like nobody was expecting him to be the number 1 pick. It was like all Darnold, and then like a month before, it was like speculation, and then like
that was 2017, right?
The week of that draft, it's like Mayfield's going 1.
Yeah, I think that was
everybody thought he was a college quarterback.
That was the last. I think I can say pretty safely that was the last draft that we will see a running back in the lottery. As much as Saquon has been good, I'm not going to take anything away from him. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. Running backs are plug and play. You see guys, Kenneth Walker, second, third rounder, plug him in. Arguably one of the best runners in the league. Not at the top, but Nick Chubb was a second rounder.
Exactly. I always say the Giants could have Quentin Nelson and Nick Chubb.
Well, Quentin Nelson has been
instead
horrible.
of Barkley and Will Hernandez. So.
Yeah. Quentin Nelson, his first couple of years were awesome, but dealing with injuries now, he's terrible. He's really having a bad year. But
I mean, he also has nobody blocking around him.
Yeah, but he's like strictly just him. He hasn't been good, especially in pass sets. Not 20. It was 2018. Let's go through this draft. I want to take a look on. I mean, I think. Where is it? I think we know. Was this the Josh Allen draft?
Yeah, and Lamar.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you end up with.
Jets good ahead. Josh Allen.
Yeah,
When you listen, when you look at that top five, it was such. It was honestly a pretty good top five. Saquon being the second overall
Denzel
pick.
Ward.
Denzel Ward's awesome.
Bradley
Chubb's
Chubb.
awesome. Quentin Nelson. Obviously, I think he's kind of hurt. I think he'll pick it back up.
Jets pick Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Allen.
it went Sam Darnold, then 5.
Dude, that top 10's actually kind of.
Mike McGlinchey's still a starter, and Josh Rosen said there were 10 mistakes in front of him. There was not.
Roquan Smith.
So listen, it went the Jets pick Sam Darnold. It went the Jets pick Sam Darnold, and then 5 guys who will or have made an All-Pro. Josh Allen, obviously is a top 2 quarterback in the league. Quentin Nelson was amazing, and Bradley Chubb is maybe not being All-Pro, but definitely a Pro Bowler. Awesome pass rusher. Denzel Ward, I think he has made a second-team All-Pro, and Roquan Smith now on the Ravens.
Dude,
and then 11-12 was Minka and Vita Vea, 2 All-Pros.
And then Duron Payne right after him too.
Who's been pretty solid. Marcus Davenport's been solid. Tremaine Edmonds, I think he's a little overrated, but still good. Derwin James is a freak.
Stud.
Jair Alexander, stud. Leighton Andervesh was good, but he's been hurt and pretty much not good anymore. Frank Ragnow has been
probably one of the best centers besides Creed Humphrey. Probably is the best center in the league.
Up until he was in the league, though.
Calvin Ridley still.
Yeah,
at 26. DJ Moore.
2 awesome receivers.
Lamar at 32's got to be.
Obviously, and then that second round, Nick Chubb, Shaq Leonard, Cortland Sutton. Harold Landry's a good pass rusher. I mean, not amazing, but Christian Kirk's down here.
Yeah, I just saw him.
Dallas Goedert.
Jesse Bates.
DJ Chark has been good. Fred Warner in the 3rd round. Justin Reed has been a consistent starter.
Orlando Brown Jr. and Mark Andrews. Both Ravens draft picks in the 3rd round.
This was really an awesome draft. And MVS in the 6th round. Now let's see what the Jets got.
Josh Sweat for the Eagles.
Jets. Let's see what the Jets got. John Wolford, Frankie Louvu. Let's see.
You're just gonna make Chuck angry listening to all these guys.
Trenton Cannon.
Everyone drafts bad eventually.
Fullerunso Fatuksai.
Never heard of any of these guys.
Perry Nicholson.
They're probably on the Perry?
No, Perry.
Yeah, Perry Nicholson?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Is he still on the team?
No.
Chris Herndon. He's actually still on the team.
I played Call of Duty with Perry.
What?
Yeah.
You're on a first-name basis with this guy?
No, I haven't talked to him in a while.
Okay.
Perry was his financial advisor.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then Sam Darnold. Wow, what a draft. Lots of talent.
I can't believe you played Call of Duty with an NFL player. You're like, yeah, I played with him.
Well, it's not that big a deal.
Hey, if you play Call of Duty now, you might get in a game with Kyler Murray.
He's
Who knows?
probably on the practice squad for the Seattle Seahawks.
Still though. I mean, I just played
I
played Call of Duty with Brian Kramer. I think that's pretty special, GL Star.
How do you spell?
This guy's a pro athlete.
Perry. Let's see.
Maybe we can get on.
He's on the Vikings right now.
Hey, they're 9-1. Or not.
He ran a 4.3 40. Get this guy on.
He's awful.
He was
awful on the Jets. Awful.
He's just on the practice squad.
Makes sense.
I mean, hey, he made first team all ACC, AC, not ACC.
Where did he go?
He went to Tulane.
Tulane? Good school.
We went really off the rails there, talking about how
Perry Nicholson.
Yeah. I think that might be it for us for today.
Yeah.
We want USA to win World Cup, obviously.
Go
Steelers. Obviously, go Jets. Jets. I'm actually pro Jets.
Got a little spasm right there.
Yeah. I'm actually pro Jets. I am. I do think the Jets are fun.
I think Joe Flacco and Mike White will take us to Super Bowls.
I think the Giants are frauds. Daniel Jones is horrible.
They looked like frauds. I can't say
much. They got
no
talent, but it is what it is. Go USA in the World Cup.
Yeah, Weston McKinney. I called Timothy Weah's goal, and nobody believed me. In English.
I currently don't believe it.
Congratulations.
Well, you are in the zone. I'm Ryan Tarabokia, joined by Charles Gilpin and Jonathan Schmidt. Get out of the zone. Have a nice one.